Hello, hi friends. It is Michelle with Belle Creations, and we are here in the Driftwood Daydreams event. Lisa is finishing up, so I'm just going to get myself shared out just one time, real quick. How's everybody doing? Lisa's the first person I got to see today. And dadgummit, you know what, you guys? I always try and write down who's after me, and I forgot. I forgot to do that. So I'm happy to be here. This is the second beachy event we've had, and it makes me think that everybody, not just me, is missing the beach. I always want to be at the beach. That's where I'd like to spend all of my vacations and all of my time if I could. Hey, Linda. Hey, girl. Thanks, Christy. Christy, I forgot to write down who's after me. I always try and do that so that I can let you guys know too. I am going to be working in this journal. I grabbed it the other day, and you guys, you know, I'm sure you guys are the same. You change, your style changes, you learn more, you improve. So honestly, I don't remember how long ago it was I made this. Probably Jeannie. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Christy. But it's probably been over a year, I think. I don't know. You improve fast when you're constantly working on it. Hey, Lisa. So when I grabbed this the other day, I got to looking through it, and I was like, so much about how I do things has changed since I did this, that I thought this would be a fun opportunity to do some more elements in this, the more creative elements. Y2K. Hi, Pam. Hi, Pam. So let me move this over so that y'all can see. And I'm going to just do a few elements in this journal. This is when Decoupage Queen did journal kits and scrapbook paper. She stopped doing that. Not because, I think, just trying to focus what she was doing. But y'all, if anybody takes a look here and sees this kit and likes it, send me a message, because I have several left. So I'm going to add some elements and do a little project, just kind of embellish. I think journals are kind of a working, they're constantly evolving. You can constantly add to them. Hey, Teresa. Hi, Wendy. Thanks, you guys. That's the journal kit. Okay, yeah, her. This was the other one. This is there's a journal kit, and then there's a scrapbook paper. I can't even remember now how many pages you get, but the graphics are all really pretty. But I think I'm going to try and use her too. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is, let's see, there it is. I just grabbed this envelope. It matches this shell really well. Let me grab a clip for this side. Hi, Kathy. Oh. I think I've been saying for, I don't know how many years, how I need to WD-40 that drawer. I don't even say it anymore. Okay, I grabbed some different distress inks and some different colors here. Let's see. I think I want some speckled egg. We'll see. But on this page, I'm just going to do a flip out and a little peekaboo pocket. Just add some of my favorite elements that I do now that I didn't do before. I didn't know them. I didn't learn them yet. Hi, Lori. Hi, Kathy. I mean, you're constantly learning, right? So you might as well keep working in the journals that you have. Let's see. I'm going to grab my little book block so that I'm not all over everything here. I have a little bit of a darker blue that I might go along the outside with. These little finger ones don't blend as easily as like the brushes, but this has, oh, that might work okay. Like this has the peacock blue on it, and I'm not wanting all of that. There we go. That's blending a little better now. There we go. Have you guys been enjoying today? I heard Lisa talking about going to the lawn and garden center with her husband. Man, hey Susan. I will tell you what, y'all. Sounds like old Tom Allen and Ahmad ought to be friends, because I don't like it. I'm with Lisa on that. I don't like it. My husband has the green thumb in our house. He does the flowers, and I just want what's pretty. And he's like, that won't work in the front of the house. That won't work on the north side or the south side. And I'm like, look, what am I doing out here in this, rainforest jungle environment of the greenhouse? It's no bueno. I don't like it. But I am thankful that he does enjoy it, because right now we have all these fresh cucumbers and tomatoes, carrots. He's really brought in a lot this year. Our harvest has been plentiful. Okay. So just adding a little bit around here, because I am going to try and leave this. If possible, I like to leave where the flap side is open. A lot of people will just put the whole flap down, but I like to try and leave it open. Ugh, what's the matter with him? Is that grounds? Is that grounds for divorce? I don't mind the heat if I am on water, and even then it can get to be too much, quite frankly. Even then it can get to be a little much, in my opinion. But there's something about when you're at the ocean. This is how I always describe it. If the air or the sun is hot, but the air is cool, if you are right on the ocean, because that breeze coming off the ocean is just, it's cool, but the sun is hot. And that's like the best feeling in the world to me. Hey, Luann. Oh, thank goodness, Kathy. Oh, no, don't you dare. This journal has been sitting here, girl. If you could see. Well, on Thursdays I go live with my journals in progress, and I think I have about 5 or 6 right now. So please don't stress over that. I mean, this should be fun. This should be our medicine. It's my medicine. But yeah, you got that cool breeze coming off the beach, or coming off the ocean. Yeah, there's nothing better. So what I like to do usually is just put a thin bead of glue right at this crease right here. the one on the side of the flap. I'm going to do that right now. I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Ooh, Lord. Something must have happened, you know, besides the fact that men don't know what it's like to all of a sudden turn into a human furnace. Whew. You ladies that are my age know what I'm talking about. And I am like, that just happened. I am heating from the outside in. And sometimes my my husband will talk about the thermostat, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Mind your business. Mind your business, sir, because that if that thermostat moves 1 degree, don't fall asleep tonight. You better sleep with one eye open. Oh my gosh. I love the beach too. And you know, look, for years, my husband, when he was in the military, he was stationed in Louisiana, and he had seen the Gulf one time, and he said it was dark, and he just walked down and put his hand in. And I had been to like the Virgin Islands, the Caribbean, those types of places, and I would beg him, come on, please. Finally, several years ago, I got him to go down to the Gulf. So he still hasn't seen like the real ocean. You know, he's been there and it's beautiful and we love it. And he is a total convert. I'm so happy because I sure didn't want to have to go on vacation without him for the rest of my life. Because that's where I want to be. Okay. So this right here, the reason I just do this much instead of all of this is because I want this area right here to be free up to put some ephemera in. So what we're going to do, let's see, I cut some things out. What we're going to do is we're going to anchor down, we're going to anchor down by adding things that go across, basically. And then none of this is going to be glued to the paper, so you'll be able to stick stuff in there, but I don't want the bottom closed off like a regular pocket because it's cool to see the bottom of what you put in the pocket. Does that make sense? It'll make sense here in a second if it doesn't. Oh, so I don't mind telling you guys, some people will get it, some people won't, but you know what it's like when you are nearing the water, but you can't see the water, but the sky changes, the air changes, the smell, like it's just different. You can't see the ocean yet, but you know you're near the water. You know you're close. Well, the very first time I got him to go, that very first year, it got to where it was like that. I could tell we were close. I mean, just tears. You know, it wasn't, the reaction was just visceral. You know what I mean? I wasn't sad. I wasn't anything. It was just something inside me just let go. And I just started crying, but not like, whoa, not that kind of crying, just tears kind of streaming down my face. And I started shaking. And he was like, what is wrong? And I said, I can't tell you what it does to me to be near the water like this, you know? But he gets it now. He does get it now. So I hope that you guys don't think I'm some kind of freak for telling you that, but it's just kind of how it is with the water. Oh, that is, Kathy, my dream would be for us to be able to rent a house and tell all our kids and grandkids, this is the week we're here, come when you can. But, you know, we have a lot of kids and grandkids, so it needs to be a big house. Need to be a big house. Oh, Lori, amen to that. Put a sweater on. Exactly. Exactly, Pam. I'm gonna tell my husband, you know, hey, look, you want me to get you a shawl, old lady? Stop. Stop complaining. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out here is if I want this to be more narrow. Because like I say, I want there to be some interest in, you know, the way it bridges the gap from here to here. So I'm trying to pick the ephemera that I want to use. I like this beach hat. And if you're new to me, I like to take my time to pick out the elements, and I have to go ahead and do all of the distressing and everything, even before I've decided. Hey, Callie. Hi, Nicole. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hopping on. So, you know, I know sometimes it might take a minute for me, but I've learned, and Kathy, this is another thing, I've learned just to take my time rather than be rushed through the creative process. And I think that's kind of hard to learn sometimes. Like, you know, we watch these creators, and I think most people take their time and do things, you know, but that doesn't happen overnight. Especially, you know, if you've done it lots of times and you know exactly what you're going to do, sure. But don't put pressure on yourself to be able to create like somebody else. We're all different. I'm thinking maybe this little, I don't think I'm going to use the boat because the blue's a different color. But I'm thinking the flip-flops and the hat. But I want this to be a little bit more narrow. So I'm just going to cut a smidge. A smidgely. Just a smidgely off. I like to cruise when I'm creating. What do you mean, Kathy? Oh, you mean go fast? Like cruise through it? Some things I can, you know, I can bing, bang, boom. And, you know, some things, it could be the same kind of project. Some things fall together faster than others. Okay, so again, on this side, I am going to just do one little bead on the edge here. And I don't like to get it right. You don't want to get it right down at the edge of the paper, especially if you decorate or put your stuff in prior to getting it sewn in the book. If you put it too close, it puts too much pressure on the slowly. Yes. Okay. Yes. Me too. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Thanks for hopping on, friend. Okay. I think I'm going to do this flip-flop here. And how I just kind of visualize something on the piece and then that direction so I know where to put the glue. Because I don't want it glued to the paper. I just want it glued. Oh, I just want it glued to this. And then I think this one can go right here. I'm going to glue the heel down. I just want that toe to set a little bit. And I'm not going to put, let's see. I'm not going to put as much off the side of this because I don't want whatever goes in here to get hung up. And it's not going to be an anchor, so it's just, you know, for however I want it to look for this one. I think down a little bit, though, just because we got to have room for the hat. We got to have room for the hat. Let's see. Stick something under there. Hey, Lori. Hey, Jeannie. Jeannie. Yes. Jeannie's next. Jeannie's after me, y'all. So refresh your page in the Crafty Bunch. And I'm going to go right there. So we'll go from about there over. Oops, I need to tilt that a little bit so it's not on the flip-flop. On the flip-flop, on the flim-flam. When did I start? 2:15. Okay, so I have till 3. That tells you how old I am. It makes me think of that, isn't it Smokey Robinson's song, Cruising? Music is timeless. All right, now let's go over here on this side. Ooh. There we go. Now let me find a little bit bigger piece of ephemera. See, it's so funny because like my stuff now doesn't have as many pages, but it's full of stuff, you know? And I'm like, where's the ephemera? That's not very big, really. Maybe it's something like this size. When I did this journal, it, like in my brain, it was a girls' trip and everybody, you know, all the girls were at the beach. And this little envelope is from the beach house to Dear John because she wasn't coming home. She's like, bye, John, not coming home. Oh, I must have gotten a little bit of glue up there on that. So now in your pocket, which now I've got one that's a little too wide, maybe. I like the element of being able to have it as a pocket, but also being able to see everything through. And I learned this and saw this technique. Oh, that is that was a stencil. And then I just used different colors of Distress ink and different blues. I'm pretty sure it's one of these snip art stencils, and yeah, it is. That's it. I used to carry these in my shop too, but I don't believe I have any of those left. But it is I don't know if Decoupage Queen still carries them, but that's where I got it. I found this from Kathleen Maurer, and she has a YouTube channel. Her business, it's Kathleen Maurer is her channel name. Her business name is Be Again Books, and she makes awesome journals and has so many creative ideas. Okay, so then on this side over here, we can go ahead, we can embellish this side, we can embellish this side, we can embellish here. Like, I'm just an embellishing fool now, which I guess I didn't do as much of it, you know. I just think you just learn. I'm just gonna do a little, and I don't usually put my thumb notch holes center. I don't know why. I don't like it. I like them better to just be a little bit off kilter. Also, it's easier, right? Like, who wants to take the time? I'm out of camera, aren't I? Who wants to take the time to figure out the center? I just like it better when it's off, because if it's not centered, but it's off enough that you can tell and it looks like it was meant to be, that's annoying. I find that annoying. Okay, let's see. I want to use, what time is it? I want to use her because I love, love, love her. So I'm going to set this aside just for a second. And I'm thinking it wouldn't have to be like a straight shot when you look at the height. Oh, and I put it, those bubbles, I put it through a stencil, that stencil with, this is textured on the back and it's shimmery. With the height of this, so I think I'm going to cut off some of the bottom so that the angle doesn't have to be quite so sharp. And it probably still won't be a straight line, but I think it'll just be a little bit better. So like if we put this through like this, we can perhaps see. Ooh, this is scary, huh? At least get it to that point. And then I can see, and this is new. Never done this before. Never done this like this before. Hey, Lisa, thanks for coming back, friend. So we've got that. I can also get rid of some of this because she's got to be the star of the show, right? I mean, she's just way too cool. Why on earth, when I did this journal a year or so ago, whenever it was, did I not include her? I don't know. But, you know, like I say, you change, you learn. So she could either be on this envelope, and that could be it. You guys, the possibilities, we got our peekaboo pocket here, the flip out, the number of opportunities for there to be tucks and hidden pockets and so on and so forth on here is, you know, amazing. You got that pocket. You obviously have this pocket. You can do a pocket or a tuck on here and a pocket or a tuck back here. So all kinds of stuff. Thanks, Lisa. This is a decoupage queen. She doesn't do them anymore. She stopped doing them. But I thought it was really pretty. I think what I want to do is just tear it. The color of this envelope, I like it. I think I like it better there than here. Yeah, I do. I do. So I'm just gonna rip it because I do like there to be, you know, some kind of organic element. Try and taper it down there a little bit. And honestly, like that is still sticking up a little bit. That's fine because it's inside here. Oh, I started ripping it, but I'm like, you know, actually, if I had thought of it before, this would have been, if you have like a tab punch, you could have I could have made that into a tab. Let's see. Please. Yes. You know what? Even if I don't look like her, I feel like her. I feel like her. This is what I look like on the inside. This is what I look like on the inside. So I'm just going to make it kind of tab-like. What I mean? I'll just make it kind of tab-ish. There we go. Okay. And I'm only going to glue on the two sides. And because I'm not going to use the blue that I did on this, because, you know, so much of this is blue, we're just going to use the old reliable vintage photo. Yes, right? I was telling somebody just last night who has, I don't know, maybe some confidence problems or issues, you know, not problems, whatever. We're all on a different path on our own, you know, on a journey, whatever. Anyway, I was like, look, I am hardly ever going to pass up the opportunity to put on my swimsuit. And I learned this from a friend of mine who was doing a work retreat, and it was a celebration of sorts or something, and it was in, I don't know, the Bahamas somewhere. I should have worked there, right? Anyway, she is high up. She hadn't seen any of these people in person before. She'd never met them before. And she was early, and she said, I put on my swimsuit and my sarong, and that's how I greeted everybody. She's like, I just got it out of the way right then and there. And here a few weeks ago, we met our daughter's in-laws for the first time at a pool event. And I was like, I'm taking a page out of her book. That's what I'm doing. I'm showing up in my swimsuit. I'm not even putting on pants. Because we all have to fight that a little bit, that confidence thing a little bit, I think. But oh man, I'm just not gonna allow myself not to enjoy the things I love. Yeah, y'all, that's not gonna work because it won't. The flip out is like it's hanging up there, and it's gonna eventually cause a problem. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about, but yeah, that will eventually cause a problem. So I'm just gonna rip it the rest of the way here. And gosh, and my mom was on a cruise, and she's always wanted to swim with the dolphins, and she's, you know, she said that she struggled, you know, had a minute of that feeling and was like, what am I going to not swim with the dolphins? This is, you know, my opportunity. I'll have this memory forever, and nobody cares, you know. Lisa. Well, I'm 55 next month, and maybe I just been in this situation longer than you, probably. I've dealt with this for a little longer, maybe, as far as like the image, you know. I don't know. Anyway, I want to enjoy the ocean and the pool and the sun and all of that. So, and when I was younger, when I looked a lot better than I do right now, like by whatever standards, I didn't do it. I didn't get in the pool with the kids, and I didn't do those things. And man, if I don't regret that now. Okay. So let's see. What else was I thinking I was going to do? I have 13 minutes. So when I get a journal kit like this, if you get any kind of kit that has a cover like this, I never throw the cover away. I never throw the cover away because look at all of the goodness on here. Like, this is what's inside, yes, but now you've got it on a smaller version too. So you get double. Um, and I was looking at this. I think these are meant to be belly bands, but you guys know the, let me find. So y'all know the Tim collage strips. I'm like, I'm going to make my own collage strips. I'm going to make my own in this theme. Yes, that's nice. That's I have some friends and that have a pool and I love it. I love it. I love going over there. And y'all, some years back I talked my husband into getting us a kiddie pool. The pictures in the video are, they're in the vault. Let's just put it that way. But it was one of those like bigger inflatable, I don't know, not very high, maybe up to my knee, a little over my knee. And we would set every Sunday, we would get in there. It was like no grandkids allowed. We would make like a little charcuterie board and he'd let we'd be sitting in that pool. Chickens are running around. Oh my gosh. Such a country bumpkin thing, but it was fun. It was fun to us. We enjoyed it. But it ruined his grass. That was his green thumb. So he wouldn't want to do it again. Okay, so how wide did I do this? Let's see. I did, oh Lord, why did we have to do 5/8? Okay, 1 5/8. So I'm going to take her. I really like her. Get her out of here. Right now I'm just going to cut her out. Oh man, have you seen those reels and videos that's like bring your own pool? Oh my gosh. I'm like, this is awesome. And it's just all these people showing up to this backyard party, this like barbecue of, they've got different blow up pools or different things. I'm like, yeah, that is genius. Those are friends, right? Now that's the kind of friends that are going to have bring your own kiddie pool parties that ain't caring about what you look like in a swimsuit, right? Okay, where's my strip? Here we go. So you could take like a base, like a manila folder or, a thicker piece. Let's see, I got a piece of cardstock here. Oh, I got a manila folder here too. But anyway, you could take this and you could cut these out individually. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I think that there are certain ones that I like better. And I like the idea of these not all being the same width too. So I'm thinking I'm just going to glue her right over top of this. Right there. She is a little bit more narrow than this strip, but I don't really think that matters. But that's kind of the look I'm going for. It's like, well, the name of old Timmy's is a collage strip. I was just getting ready to say it's like it's a collage belly band. And of course, you could take your fabric and, oh gosh, I have some blue too. Yeah. And you could take this to your sewing machine and make a really cool belly band, snippet rolls, snippet strip type of situation. Let's see if I can. Oh, yeah. So I want to get those goodies too, right? Okay. Who else do we like? I like her. I like her too. I mean, she looks like she's having a good time. But these ladies right here too, though, right? Girls Trip. There they are again. That's awesome. But they won't fit in this vertical thing. So I think I'm gonna do this gal. I like the lighter background and the dark suit. She had like a blue background and a lighter suit. So I mean, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about that kind of stuff. You know, I just go with my instinct about what looks right. I don't really even know composition or anything like that. Yay! Yes. Do your recipe card. Man, so in the group, in Shell Belle's Creative Club, we do a swap every month. We do a monthly challenge. And the theme for July was all kind of like, you know, picnics and basically, you know, summer days, outside barbecues, that kind of thing. And we drew names last night for our recipe card swap. And I said there in the group, your recipe can be the recipe for a great summer party, or a recipe. It can be an actual recipe for food, but it can be the recipe for whatever you want it to be. And if you want to, you can put hashtag paper pack in the comments, and that'll just give you a link that you can click on to get the description. I'm still, y'all, I've revamped my website since I'm no longer like a furniture painter. And boy, that takes time. It takes time. But you can always message me if you have questions too. I didn't mean to clip her corners. But that's okay. I think it still looks okay. Initially I was thinking I would want it to look like it came together that way, but I don't know that it has to. Okay. Let's do the fabric tack since we got some fabric here. All right, you guys, I've just got a few minutes left. Jeannie is up. Clifton's Crafty Cass, right? Clifton's Crafty Casa. I sound so white saying cat, you know. Oh, Lord. She's up next, so just refresh your page. Oh, see, I like that stuff hanging off of there too. I finished my I was thinking I was going to do one journal for the whole year of stuff in the paper pack. Oh shoot, I wanted those stripes to show a little bit. And there is no way, there's way too much. But I did get my second quarter, my April, May, June all bound and done. So now I can start on my third quarter. I love that group. It is truly my favorite thing. My very, very favorite thing is that paper pack in that group. Well, I don't know why sometimes that happens where it won't work. Thanks, Christy. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you and all of your great ideas for these events. Okay. So something like this doesn't have to necessarily be, I don't think, like the collage strips of Timmy's. If this was something you wanted to do, just make a whole bunch of them with all of your paper scraps. That's great. It's a great way to get rid of your scraps. But I think stuff like this is fine. Just to, you could put a ribbon at the top, make it like a bookmark, put a dangle on it. Like, I like things just clipped in too, because I think that sometimes you want to move things around. So see, I kind of like it just right there. And I have, if you have one of those photo strip, oh, like you can buy the cardboard ones. I have a stencil, but yeah, all of it's so much fun. I love it. I love it. I hope that you guys had fun with me today, and that you know, take your time and continue to, if you have some of your older things, boy, you can see how much you've grown. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks. I appreciate that. Refresh your pages for Jeannie. She's up next. And I'm not sure how long it goes today, but I'm sure that there's several more presenters after me. And I would love you guys to follow me on Telegram. I always say when I'm going live on there, or I try to anyway. And that is on my page if you want to take a look. All right, you guys. Thanks, Christy. I will see y'all next time. Sundays. We have another event on Sunday, and I'll be in that one. All right. Bye, guys.